What's up, everybody? Welcome back or to the channel. So today's topic of discussion is going to be on the transparent Targa top for the Corvette C6. Now I have a 2008 Corvette C6 over here with the Z51 package. Now I bought this used off of a local guy, so I'm not the original owner. But I will say this, for all the years that I've wanted a Corvette and just doing some of the research online and learning about the different specs and the different features and the different performance products that are available for these cars, one of the things that kept jumping out at me that I really liked was the transparent top. Mainly because I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'3", 270 pounds. So I'm a pretty big guy. So in most vehicles, I actually like the sunroofs because it lets light through and makes the overall cabin feel larger, and it just makes me feel more comfortable as a tall person. So when I went to go see this Corvette before I bought it, the guy told me it was a Z51 package, and then that package came with the transparent Targa top. So I thought, awesome. I was wanting one of those anyways. So everything was good. I bought the vehicle. I've been modding it and tricking it out. And I gotta say, I love the Corvette. I think it's an awesome car. I'm really, really happy with mine. But I will say this, after owning this vehicle for a while and driving with the transparent Targa top on, there are a lot of pros and cons to this roof, and that's what we're going to discuss today. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's talk about it. Okay, so here's my car right here. Now I'm currently using the painted Targa top. As you can see here, okay, it just has the regular upholstered roof and the black paint. Okay, so that is actually the black painted hard Targa top that I have on there right now. Now, if you come over here, here is the transparent Targa top. Now, when you look close at it, you really can't tell the difference from the outside. They look identical. They really do. So when you do have a Targa top, typically it comes with this leather pouch, which is really nice for protecting it and keeping it in storage. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the Targa top. For one, on the outside, you literally can't tell the difference. They really are almost the exact same up close. Now, I'm speaking on the black version because the transparent roof over here on the ground and the painted version for my car is black. That's what I mean, you can't tell the difference. So if any of you have a black Corvette, this will really help you out. But if you happen to have a different color, then some of the things that I'm saying might not 100% apply just because it's a different shade. Okay, so let's start with what I like and what I don't like about the painted hardtop. Number one, you don't have as much headroom when you're a tall person. Now again, I'm 6'3", 270 pounds. So I have plenty of room to fit in this Corvette, drive it. I have plenty of leg room. I can actually stretch my legs out if I really wanted to. I mean, I have plenty of room in that regard. Now, in regards to headroom, as you can see here, I don't know if you could see, I'll try to use my hand here. If I sit straight up, okay, I probably have a good 3 fingers. I'm trying to do this above my head. I have probably a good 3 fingers from my head to the ceiling, okay? So I still fit and I still have headroom. Okay, but if I'm wearing a hat that's a little taller, that might hit the ceiling. If you happen to use your Corvette for racing and you have to wear a helmet, that might hit the ceiling if you're a tall person. So in terms of headroom, the painted hardtop is going to have less because of the headliner that is built into the actual top. Whereas the transparent roof, which I'll show you here shortly, doesn't have this upholstery, so you have about an extra inch or 2 of headroom clearance. So the headroom is a negative for me on the painted. It still works, I'm still comfortable, I can still see fine, everything's good, but the transparent roof gives me more headroom, which again is a negative for me on this painted roof. Number 2, heat index. With a painted roof like this, you are not going to have as much sun or heat inside your vehicle. Whereas the transparent roof, 100% you will. You cannot tint that transparent roof. It just is what it is. So if you happen to live in a hot, sunny climate and you have the transparent roof on, your interior is going to be a lot hotter, and you're going to have that sun baking on your forehead and your head all the time. So just keep that in mind. Some people tend to only run the transparent roof maybe in the fall and the spring, and then they put the hardtop on in the summer, so that, again, for that very same reason, so that there's less heat coming in to the vehicle. So number 2 is going to be the heat, where the painted roof is a plus. So that's the one main positive feature about the painted Targa top that I like, is that it blocks out a lot of the sun and the heat. And being that I tinted my side windows and my rear window with a 15% dark ceramic tint, having the hardtop on cuts out a lot of the heat in this vehicle, even in the summer. So I'd say number 2 is going to be heat. Now, number 3. Now this is going to sound weird, but it's a very important one. The sound of the roof. Now let me explain. The hardtop is extremely quiet, but if you happen to have the transparent roof, it's extremely loud and noisy. And I'll show you here in a minute what I mean. But the painted hardtop is very quiet. The transparent roof is very noisy. So that would be number 3. So again, let's just recap. The first negative about the painted version is going to be the headroom. Because it has the upholstered headliner, you're going to have less headroom, which for some of you that are a little shorter, not a problem. For those of us that are taller, having less headroom is definitely not a good thing. Number 2, the heat. The painted version does a much better job at blocking out the sun and the heat. Number 3, the painted version is a lot quieter when driving. So let me go ahead and take this Targa top off. I'll put the transparent one on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. So as you can see, I now have the transparent Targa top on. So let's talk about that. The number one thing that I like about the transparent roof is having more headroom. So if you remember, I only had about 3 fingers above my head on the painted version. Now I have probably over 4. Okay, get my position. I could fit 4 fingers easily. I have about an additional inch of headroom with this roof. And being that it's transparent, it visually just feels roomier. So for a tall, big guy like myself, having a little bit more headroom and visually feeling like it's more spacious in here is more comfortable. So that's really the only positive that I've found with the transparent roof, is a little bit more headroom, and it just feels a little roomier in here when you have more light coming in. So let's talk about the negatives. The heat. This roof right here gets extremely hot. When you're driving around in the summer or on a sunny day, that sun bakes your head and it gets extremely hot inside the vehicle. So that's the first major negative, is the heat. The second, and probably the most annoying feature about this roof, is the sound. When you're driving on a sunny day or a cold day, think about how plastic reacts in different temperatures. When you're driving around with this transparent roof, depending on the weather and other variables, which I don't even know what variables they are, that roof sounds like twisting plastic. It crinkles so loud, and sometimes it is so loud you can't even have a conversation with somebody in the car. That's how annoying it is. And stay tuned, because I'll post a video of what that sounds like. Now, I don't know if Chevy could figure out a way to make a Targa top that's transparent, but be able to block the sun's UV rays and the heat and not sound like crinkling plastic. If they could figure that out, it's great, because I love the roof. I love the ability that you can see out the roof, and I love the roomy feel, and I love the extra headroom. I hate how it sounds. Number 3, now this is probably a little petty, but I want you to know, even though it's like a tinted smoked look on the outside, it doesn't look that way on the inside. The inside has like a bluish hue to it. So your whole car could be one color theme, and then you got this goofy bluish hue roof that doesn't match anything. They should have figured out a way to make it like a smoked out grayish look and not blue. So that's really the three major negatives about this roof. Number one, it's too hot. Number two, it sounds extremely loud and annoying, like crinkling plastic when you're driving. And three, I don't like the color of the actual transparent roof from the inside looking out. Now stick around, because next I'm going to show you what that loud crinkly plastic sounds like, and then I'm going to compare it to the painted Targa top and show you how much quieter the painted version is. So let's jump into that right now. Okay, so we're in the Corvette driving on a back road. I just want you to listen to the sound of the roof. Okay, this is the clear roof. So depending on the weather, whether it's a cold day or a warm day, it just seems like it makes a lot of noise. It has like a, think of it as like plastic twisting, and it makes that crinkly sound. It does sound like that a lot. So if you're sensitive to annoying sounds, you might want to take that into consideration if you're thinking about getting one of these transparent roofs for your Corvette, because it's not glass. When I first got this car, I wasn't really thinking about what the material of the roof was made out of. I just thought it was a clear glass roof, like most sunroofs are made out of. But this particular transparent roof for the Corvette, it's not glass. It's actually some type of special plastic, I guess. So it's definitely a solid roof, but it does have some annoying sounds to it. And another thing I want to point out is it is like a bluish hue. So that is just another thing that annoys me. Now maybe I'm just being petty, but again, for some of you out there that don't have a transparent roof and you're thinking about buying one online or off of a friend or somebody else, keep in mind these transparent roofs, even when used, sell for $600 to $800 all day long, if not more, depending on the condition it is in. So if you're going to be spending $800, I just want you to be aware of what you're actually getting if you're not aware of it. Okay, so we're going to turn back on that road we just came down. Now, as you can see here, we do have the painted hard Targa top on. It is a nice sunny day, and you can see we do not have all that crinkly sound as we did on the transparent Targa top. Now, you still have some very, very light plastic crinkle sound because, let's face it, the majority of a Corvette is made of different forms of plastic. But as you can see here, I'm driving down this bumpy road, and I can actually have a conversation with you without being overpowered by that crunchy, crinkly plastic sound that typically comes when you have the transparent roof on. Now, do I miss seeing out the top when I have the painted roof on? Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily look out the roof to begin with, but when you have the transparent roof on, it does allow more light into the vehicle and makes it feel a little bit more spacious, which those of you that have a Corvette know that the interior are not extremely spacious. But I actually don't mind it. I mean, I'm okay either way, whether I have the transparent Targa top on or I have the painted hard Targa top on. But overall, it is nice. And as I mentioned earlier, when you have the painted Targa top on, you do not get as much heat built up in your vehicle because that transparent roof does allow a lot of heat through. So when you touch that ceiling of your transparent roof on a hot sunny day, it definitely gets hot. And the interior of your vehicle will definitely get hot, which is why I went with ceramic tint on the sides and back of my car. But if you have the painted hard Targa top on, like I have right now, it does not allow all that heat to come in. So if you keep the painted Targa top on and you put ceramic tint on all your windows, you can even get a clear ceramic tint for your front windshield if you want. And by doing so, that will really keep a lot of the heat out of your vehicle. So if you happen to have a Corvette and you live in a very hot climate area, you might want to consider that as well. Now, As I mentioned in a previous video on my Corvette, when I did get the windows tinted, I actually thought about trying to get that transparent roof tinted, but the professional tint shop that I went to said that you cannot tint that roof because it's not like a glass type product. The regular tint will not stick to that plastic, and being that it's very flexible to begin with, it just wouldn't work. So I was not able to do that. So if heat is something you're highly concerned about, that's another reason I would probably tell you to not go with a transparent roof, because they do allow a lot of heat in your vehicle. Okay, so as you can see, which I just showed you, the sound of the transparent roof can get extremely annoying. So let's compare. The painted Targa top is much quieter when driving. It blocks out a lot of the sun and the heat. The negative for the painted is that it has a little less headroom. Now let's compare that to the transparent roof. The negatives, it's extremely loud and annoying when driving. It's extremely hot in the summer or on any type of hot sunny day. And the bluish hue, when you're looking out of the roof, doesn't match anything else in the car, which gets annoying too. But the positive for the transparent roof is that it does give you a little bit more headroom, which is important for some of us tall guys. And the extra light that comes in makes the overall vehicle feel roomier. So I'd say if you're a tall person and you're trying to maximize headroom, consider the transparent top, because you're going to get the most headroom with the transparent top. But if height is not an issue, I'd probably say stick with the painted Targa top, because it's quieter when driving and it's going to block out all the heat and sun from getting in the vehicle. So the main purpose of this video is to try to help some of you out. If you happen to have a C6 Corvette, but you do not have a transparent roof yet, but you are considering buying one, this video is for you, because those transparent Targa tops, even if you buy them used, you could spend $600 to $800 very quickly. And if you buy them new, they're way more than that. So the question is, should you buy a transparent roof and spend that much money? That's a decision you're going to have to make. Now, if my car didn't come with the transparent roof and I watched this video, I probably wouldn't buy it. Mainly because I don't want that sun baking on my head and making the inside of my car extra hot. And I don't want that annoying crinkly sound while I'm driving on a regular basis. That gets very annoying. But because it came with my car, I tend to swap the roofs on and off. So when it's more of an overcast, cloudy day, or the temperatures are a little bit different, I might drive with the transparent roof on. But on other days, especially in the summer where it's sunny and hot, I'll put the painted roof on. It'll block out a lot of the heat. So my personal opinion is this: if you happen to have both roofs, great. You could switch on and off, not a big deal. But if you only have one roof and it's the painted version, and you're considering spending a lot of money getting the transparent version, I would really do a little bit more research, because I don't think you're going to be extremely happy with the transparent roof after you spend all that money and experience the issues that I'm having with mine. So that's it for today's video. I hope it helps some of you out. Do me a favor, like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you happen to have any questions, leave them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And also, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, because it definitely helps me out. And honestly, I truly, truly appreciate it. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. And as always, see you in the next video.